Welcome to Oulton Park. We're here for the last race before the mid-season break. Let's catch up with some of our drivers and see how their season's got on so far. Let's speak to Aiden Moffat, who's come from a BMW rear-wheel drive car to the Hyundai front-wheel drive car, and see how he's got on with the adjustment. So we're midway through the season now, almost. How has it been for you, the first half of this season?
I've got to say it's been pretty good. You know, jumping back into a front-wheel drive car after 4 years out, we've got up to speed pretty quickly. We've had a couple of podiums, and every track we've been to, we've been in the mix. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a poor Thruxton, which set us back a bit in the championship. But overall, I'm really happy with what we've done so far. I'm really enjoying my time with Accelerate, and just being back in a front-wheel drive and competing at the sharp end, where I think is where I belong.
You've half answered my next question. How different is it getting into that front-wheel drive, and how long has it taken you to adjust after 4 years in the rear-wheel drive?
There's still bits I can work on, still little bits of technique. You know, having done, 10 years in the Mercedes, it's a bit like riding a bike. You know, and I'm lucky I've got great teammates. It's bringing me on up to speed pretty quick.
Again, you've taken my next question about the two Toms. How has it been having those two have had so much experience in this car and with this team? Has it been someone to lean on, or is it? It's
been just what I needed. You know, I didn't want to come here and try and reinvent the wheel. I didn't need to, because, you know, you've got the two Toms there who are very fast. They've done all the groundwork and all the legwork already. The car is pretty much in the window. So for me, it was a case of whose setup do I want to follow? Do I want to follow Chilton's, Ingram's? We followed Ingram's purely based on the fact that when we were on the Mercedes, it was more similar to that. Working with those two is great, and it's a proper lap, actually. It's really good fun. It does seem like it would be good fun. And then obviously looking ahead to the rest of the season, do you have any expectations with the car and your championship standings, or have you not really thought about that just yet? I think everyone has an idea of where they want to be, especially halfway through the season now. You know, we were 12 points away at Thruxton. We leave Thruxton, I'm 40 points away, so I've got some clawing back to do, but I have no doubt that I can be in the mix come the end of the season. So why do you guys love touring cars so much?
We love touring car, I would say, for the racing. You know, good battles, fields bunched up, so it's exciting. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, they're quite loud.
They are loud.
So I think that's quite good.
Come to the circuit, you know, be standing at the side of the track, everything's inclusive, you feel part of the event, so yeah, it's mega.
And you guys have favourite drivers on the grid this year?
Jake Hill, 100%.
Why is that?
Because I'm a massive BMW fan, so 100% I'm rooting for Hill. Yeah, big time.
Are you the same?
I agree, yeah, because he has a BMW and I think it's quite fast, and I agree with Jake Hill.
Do you like Jake's car as well?
Yeah, so I think.
And Uncle Jake too.
Are you? There you go.
You know,
you're basically the same.
You're basically the same, except I'm nowhere near as good a driver as him.
I'm sure if we stick you in the car,
questionable.
You can try.
I'll have a go.
Yeah. Why do you like touring cars so much?
Love them. Love them for years. Mates, cars, absolutely love it. Loved it, followed it for years.
And do you have a favourite driver?
I don't know him these days. Plato. He was a good one. Plato's good! Oh, sorry, Rob Austin. He's my favourite. Yeah.
And now on the reverse, Aiden Moffat has come from a front-wheel drive to a rear-wheel drive car. Let's see how he's getting on with the change. So we're hit the mid-season point. How has your first half of your season been in the BMW?
Hard. It's been very hard work compared to how we thought things would go. I think seeing the BMW the last few seasons, we expected to be fighting at the front every track, and obviously that's not quite how it's played out. Yeah, it's not been as enjoyable as we thought. It's been a bit more hard work, but it's still great to be a part of the WSR team. Everyone's working hard to rectify it, so we're in the right place with the right people to hopefully bounce back for a strong second half of the year.
And unlike Aiden Moffat, you've gone the reverse from a front-wheel drive to a rear-wheel drive car. How has that adjustment been for you?
Bad timing is what it was. I was surprised Adam changed actually. I think last year I'd had a lot of bad luck, but I always thought it was extremely fast. You could see him on the charges through the grid, and it's more enjoyable being rear-wheel drive. Simply I prefer rear-wheel drive. The team are working that hard that I'm sure it will all change.
And looking into the second half of the season, what are your expectations and plans if the team are working so hard? Are you hoping to get back up there, or are you just seeing sort of how it goes?
Hoping, praying, bit of both. Fighting to get back up there, you know. The team have been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes. They never rest with the BSR. They come racing to win. They don't come to run a business, you know. So I think that says a lot, their dedication to it.
Have you got any summer break plans?
Summer break? I'm going to drive a skip truck some more, because that is a rock and roll lifestyle of race car drivers.
So why do you love touring cars so much?
It's a great weekend, just the banter, it's brilliant racing all weekend. Look, we have the sport there, locals there, we've Mulready in the Porsches, we've Aaron Taylor-Smith, Alex Dunn is doing well, so it's all good, yeah.
And I was going to say, do you have a favourite driver? But I feel like you mentioned there, Aaron. Is he your favourite?
Aaron's good, and Aaron's very, very good, yeah. I raced with his brother, Gavin and Quinton, years gone, who knows, back in Ireland. So, yeah, rooting for him this weekend. And Alex Dunn. Alex Dunn is the next good prospect from Ireland, yeah.
Why do you love touring cars so much?
It's good value for money. You get a full weekend of racing for 45 quid. It's exciting. You get a good variation of racing, good support races. Overall, well, you can see with all the kids about, it's a good family day out.
And do you have a favourite driver on the grid?
Yeah, Tom Ingram.
Something, why is that?
I like his attitude, I like the way he is, good driver. He's always got time for anybody.
Let's catch up with Dan Lloyd, who returns to the grid for 2025 with Restart Racing in the Hyundai. So we're halfway through the season now and you've come back into touring cars again. What's it been like getting used to the car again?
Yeah, getting used to the car, it felt like I was back at home, so that was good. Obviously, getting used to everything else, the procedures, new qualifying process, and with it being a new car for the team, everyone thinks it's because it's a Hyundai, I've driven it before, but we've had a lot of work to do with the setup, which we're just getting stronger and stronger throughout the year. It's been really good to be back. Obviously challenging, because it's one of the best championships in the world, but yeah, really enjoying it so far.
So you took a year out last year and you were in Porsches and then back into a front wheel drive. How's that been for you?
Yeah, so jumping from a Porsche to a touring car, it's okay, because I've been back and forth all my career going from rear wheel drive to front wheel drive. The disadvantage of having a year out of this is some of these guys have been in this championship 10 years, so they're so on the ball with every little bit, including the setup, the procedure, qualifying, relationships with engineers, the team. That's where you miss out. So obviously that takes a little bit of time, but in general, jumping back in felt pretty at home straight away.
And you mentioned the relationships with team members and everything. How has it been getting settled into this new team, new mechanics, engineers, I assume? What's that been sort of like?
Yeah, so joining Restart Racing, to be honest, it's a pleasure. Not just saying that because I have to, but it's a mega team. I know quite a few of the guys from previous years. We're here for the right reasons, and Chris has been a mega teammate as well. Engineers are getting on well. Me and Chris are fast in different places, which is always great from a data point of view. Everyone's working flat out all the time, so yeah, can't complain. But
obviously you've missed out on a few of race wins this season. Are the sights set on a race win in the second half of the season?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to start the season was terrible. I think I was bang last in the independence points after the second round, so we really didn't have a good start. So considering I am where I am now, it just shows the progress that we're making, and obviously a clean weekend. I think there was a good potential I could have won at Snet. Again, I think that's me being a bit rusty as well in that situation with, getting used to where I use it and where I don't. But 100% eyes set on a win, at least an overall podium, hopefully soon.
Okay, so why do you guys love the touring cars so much?
Friends. Yeah. Friends. Or food.
Yeah.
And it's just an awesome atmosphere, really is.
I just like to come see my fellow Ferrari fans around as well, so yeah, it's good.
And do you guys have favourite drivers on the grid this year?
We've got 4 separate. I'm a Tingren fan. Jake. It's all about Jake Gold for me.
Yeah, I was a Turkington fan, but he's not in here, so trying to find a new guy, so yeah.
I'd go for Ingram as well.
Why do you guys love touring cars so much?
Just love motorsport altogether. Big Formula One fan, and the touring car as well.
Yeah, so we're big bike fans, but so instead of being at Sesson for BSB today, we're here for touring car. Love the minis, love the Porsche Challenge, love everything about touring car. It's brilliant. I'll be back.
And do you guys have favourite drivers on the grid this year?
Tom Ingram.
And of course, because motorsport heritage, I'm supporting Hamilton. Hope he does well. Hope he gets a decent result.
So it's obviously the first half of your first season in touring cars. How has it gone so far for you?
Good and bad, to be honest. We had a rough start, really, a bit of bad luck, and then just struggling for a little bit of pace. But we've took all them learnings and we're really making progress now. Thruxton was really good, obviously qualifying P5, 2 top 10 finishes. Again, another DNF in race 3 after a mechanical failure, but unfortunately these things happen. Hopefully all that is now out of the way, and this weekend we can have some good results.
You've come from some great racing pedigree before touring cars. How different is the touring car to anything else you've driven before?
Completely different. The most similar thing is Clio Cup back in 2018, 2017, just because it was front wheel drive, but these are completely different. We double the power, and the engineering side is massive as well in this. There's a lot less that you can do to the car. These are more complex. So that's the biggest learning for me, is the front wheel drive and what you can do to the setups. But we've got a great team with Toyota Gazoo Racing, so we're learning a lot. We're making good progress. Like I say, to be constantly top 5, top 10 now, it's good. Just need some more points and hopefully some podiums.
And you've got some great teammates with Aaron and Gordon both having a lot of experience. How has that been for you, like learning off of what they've been able to do, their experience with the different tracks and everything like that?
Really good. I mean, obviously Gordon has got probably just as much, if not more, experience than anybody out there. So yeah, learning all the time from these guys. They've been super useful. Yeah, it's really good. We're all obviously very close and have good battles on track. But yeah, everybody works together to try and push the car forward. Hopefully we can get some race wins soon.
And what are you going to be doing over the summer break to try and get yourself into the position to be getting those race wins?
Well, just keep working hard on the commercial side. The sponsorship stuff is really important. That's the only way we managed to make this work. So it's been tough having every race every fortnight. So now got a little bit of time to try and prepare from that side. Just keep training, and for hot days like this where you need to need the fitness and working. I've still got a normal job as well. So it's going to be a busy time. I'd love to be on holiday, but that's not going to happen yet. So I have to wait till the end of the season. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so why do you guys love BTCC so much?
It's really fun watching the cars fly past. I just come for the experience, really.
Just got to find stuff on the track from previous races.
And who are your guys' favourite drivers?
The Toyota drivers.
Why do you love them?
Because I got a poster of him up in my wall. Jake.
Why do you like Jake?
Just because he's got a nice car.
And you?
Ingram.
Why do you like Tingram?
Just someone that always talks to the fans and don't ignore them.
Why do you guys love BTCC so much?
Love the atmosphere, absolutely relaxed atmosphere and everything like that. And, seeing all the cars and stuff like that is brilliant.
I like the cars, like the noises the cars make.
And who are your guys' favourite drivers?
Charles
Rainford. Charles Rainford,
Yeah. I've actually got a tyre from his car, which I've made into a glass table in my back garden, so yeah.
So we've hit the mid-season point of the season. How has it been for you so far this year?
This year has been a really, really strong year for us and the team. I don't think the championship position really reflects our true pace of this year. We've had loads of top 10s, obviously that fantastic win at Snetterton. Yeah, we've been in 3 of the 4 quick sixes thus far. Hopefully we'll make that 4 out of 5 this afternoon, we'll see. We're just still finding more speed out of this car. It's just evolving all the time, So we're working really well together, myself, my engineer and the team, and we're just keep making strides forward.
And you mentioned briefly there your win at Snetterton. Have you gotten over that yet, or are you still on a high from your maiden win?
Yeah, the win was just a moment like I've never had really in my racing career. Soon came crashing down at Thruxton with a couple of DNFs due to reliability in race 1, race 2. So Thruxton was a bit of a disaster, but it was still a strong weekend for me personally because we had a great qualifying there in those tough conditions. Was showing everyone in race 1 that we can run at the front, and it was just stuff that went wrong outside of mine and the team's control ultimately. So totally got over it now. We're sort of looking full steam ahead, try and get another one, but still keep those moments cherished in the back of my memory to hark back to when I want to. It was a fantastic afternoon.
You've obviously been with this team for quite a while now. I think your whole touring car career you've been with them and in the same car. Has that really helped you? Is that put you in the position that you're in now? Because you obviously won the Jack Sears Trophy last year. Do you think that's put you in a really strong position for the rest of the season?
Yeah, so it's really nice to hear the fans speaking to me and saying how impressed they are with me getting the amount of speed out of this car. I know it's not a one-man effort, it's the whole team, but perhaps it's the fastest and most competitive this car has been in 5-6 seasons or more. Effectively picking up from where we were last year because I've got the same engineer, we've got the same car crew, a lot of the guys are employed, so it is a proper team. We're just able to keep pushing forward rather than wiping the slate clean, jumping in another car that's got a different engineering philosophy, requires a slightly different driving style, and then it takes a year to adapt to it.
And looking forward to the rest of the season, what are your expectations for it? Where are you hoping to end the season? Somewhere in the top 10, or are you hoping for even higher than that?
My projection, my forecast, if you like, I think that P6 ultimately is about where I think I could be in the championship. I know it's quite high, but had we had slightly less stuff go against us this year, I think that's where we'd be. It's a close field at the moment, but from 3rd on downwards, it's all to play for. So I don't think that's an unrealistic expectation.
First thing I'd like to say, I mean, it's a big weekend for me. It's been coming for a little while. We talked about retirement halfway through last year, and I've managed to spin it out until the halfway point of this season here at Oulton Park. And to be honest, there's no better place to say goodbye, because here you're saying goodbye to some of the best fans, not just in the British Touring Car Championship, but in British motorsport themselves. People down the years have been so supportive, so kind, generous, and that's just the fans. The teams are exactly the same. This is the greatest championship. I've worked in Formula One, I've worked in golf, I've done Olympics and so on. This is the nicest sporting environment I think I've ever been in. It's been a great weekend, and I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been so supportive down the years, and all their generosity this weekend as well.
What a weekend we've had here at Oulton Park. We've spoken to some of our drivers, some of the fans in the campsite, and said a very fond farewell to the legend that is Steve Ryder as he heads into retirement. We're off track at the moment for our mid-season break, but don't worry, you'll be able to catch us again on the 2nd and 3rd of August. In the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe to the BTCC YouTube channel for more amazing racing content.